All right, good. Sorry. So first up, let's hit this S25 news. Now, this is the S24 picture. I didn't want to tease it off the bat, but I got exclusive images of the entire S25 lineup, and I want to put in a little correction. So the S25, we have news. I've combined two news topics into one article. So here is the exclusive look at the S25 series. As you can tell, let me take off this logo right here. As you can tell, here's the S25 series. So you have the S25 on the left, S25 Plus in the middle, and then you got the S25 Ultra on the right. Now, the first thing that jumps out at me, there's a couple of things, but the first thing that I noticed when I took a look at this is the slimmed down bezels. So just like iPhone. And that goes back to my main point. The leaking of information. So Samsung, this information came out late last night. This image of the S25 series. And again, Samsung wants you to see this and be like, whoa, that is so badass. Man, screw the iPhone. I'm going with this S25 or S25 Plus or S25 Ultra. That's what they want you to do. And that's why this was leaked last night, just a couple of days before the launch of this iPhone 16. And we'll get into some other news as well in regards to Samsung and this S25 series that they put out there as well. But check this out. There's almost no bezels on here. Now, what is a bezel? A bezel is the surrounding area. It surrounds the screen. So as you can tell, there's a little black strip around each device, a little bigger one around the Ultra. But look how slim this is. So iPhone 16, that's how they are. If you didn't know, iPhone is increasing the screen size of the iPhone 16 Pro from a 6.1 inch display to a 6.3 inch display. And they're increasing the size of the iPhone 16 Pro Max from a 6.8 inch display up to a 6.9 inch display in the iPhone 16 Pro Max. And how are they doing that? Because the devices are the same dimensions. So the overall total height is relatively the same. The overall total width is relatively the same. The total depth is relatively the same. So how do they increase the screen size? Well, they reduce the bezel. So a phone screen is actually measured diagonally. It's not measured from top to bottom. It's measured from the bottom left to the top right. Now, how do they make the screen bigger? They just simply, that little black strip that surrounds the border, they just simply reduce that. And that will make the screen bigger, but the overall height, width, and depth will remain the same. Samsung's going to do the same thing. So it looks like these will get a 0.1 inch bigger on each device. So you're looking at a 6.2, I believe, 6.2 or 6.3 here on the S25. In S25 Plus, you're basically going to get a 6.8, I believe. And then the S25 Ultra, probably close to 6.9. And it's already a big device. Now, it still has a rather bigger bezel than the smaller devices, but this bezel on the S25 Ultra here on the right is actually considerably smaller than what we have on the S24 Ultra. S24 Ultra, the current model, has a thicker bezel. Now, that's not the only news that we got. There we go. Check this out. So not only did we get the leak of this S25 lineup, we got news that Samsung is going to use the new Snapdragon, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 CPU across the board in all S25 devices, series devices worldwide. So you're not going to see part of the world use a Snapdragon CPU, and then the other part of the world use a Samsung Exynos CPU. Like this year, the United States got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, and then the rest of the world got the Exynos variant. They're not going to do that this upcoming year for this upcoming series. Samsung's going to go all Snapdragon 8 Gen 4. Now, why are they doing that? To be basically, well, quite frankly, it's a badass CPU. It's supposed to be completely, it's supposed to outperform Apple's best, quite frankly. So they don't want there to be any discrepancy in, they want it to be a, I'm trying to find the words to describe it. They want it to be a universal device with a universal internal components, right? And that makes sense. I don't look. They probably wanted to put their own CPU in it for the longest, but let's be honest. It cannot keep up power efficiency with the Qualcomm's best CPU. So I think this is a good move by Samsung to do this, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. Now, remember a couple weeks ago I mentioned that Samsung's going to do a name change. So we kind of thought it might be on this S25 series, but now it looks like they're going to change the name on the S26 series, because the plans for this device are already put in motion. Like, they're already manufacturing test devices. They're already testing them in-house. So I think name changes and stuff like that, I'm sure marketing materials already getting generated. So you're going to see S25, S25 Plus, and S25 Ultra this year. Next year is the year that I believe they're going to do away with the Plus name, and I think they're going to go S26 for the base model, S26 Pro for the middle phone, and then that's when they're going to go back to the Note, and then I think it'll be whatever, S20 or Note 26, right? I think that's so we'll discuss that as time goes on, and more information will leak out as time goes on. But for now, you're getting, here's the images of the new S25 series, and news that they are kicking their own CPU to the curb, the Exynos to the curb. Again, good thing. And they're going with this new Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 universally across the board, worldwide. So, good news there. Thank you, Samsung. Now, check this out.